What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the video. Welcome back. There's been many requests for this video, so now I'm finally doing it. I'm going to show you the way I mix my beats, because there's been a lot of people that wanted to know how I mix my beats because they like the way that it sounds. So yeah, I'm just going to go through, show a little vlog, show you the way I mix my beats. This isn't necessarily the way you absolutely have to do it or anything like that, but this is just what I would recommend. I'm going to show you certain things that helped me out a lot, like certain things that I learned that helped me mix a lot better. Whether it was learning how to EQ, whether to add effects or not, certain sounds that you use, limiters, compression, all that stuff. So I'm going to go over it briefly in this video. I want to make sure I go over the important things that I learned that kind of helped me get my sounding a lot better. So I'm gonna go over that in this video because there's been so many requests for it. So yeah, let's get into the video.
It's do you know where you at and I do you know where you at. I can see in the cities and I'm just throwing them back. Trying to turn looking up to them to showing them that.
Alright, so first thing, when you're mixing in FL Studio, when you're in your master track, you want to make sure in your master track that you don't have a limiter in there. A lot of FL Studio programs, you first open a new file, they'll have a limiter in there, and a limiter will kind of just suffocate. It'll make everything that's quiet louder, and it'll make everything that's louder quieter. It just suffocates your whole, it just makes everything even, and you're not gonna be able to have your kicks really pop and hear your 808s as loud, and you're gonna hear one thing way louder than the others, and it's not even gonna be actually what it sounds like. So take that limiter off. There's people that I know that put limiters on at the end to make everything louder, and that's fine. But at the beginning, while you're making a beat, take that limiter off. So this beat, it's a beat that I recently just made. So another important thing I learned how to do when mixing, I'm gonna record my screen. So another important thing I learned how to do when mixing, make sure that all of these, I don't have them all. Once again, this is a beat that I'm still mixing. It's not done mixing it. I mixed it a little bit just for the sake of the video. Go through here, and it doesn't have to be that organized. Like my mixes are never really that organized. But right here you have a hi-hat. Here you have another hi-hat. Here you have a snare. Here you have an 808. And then this is Omnisphere, which are just like melodies. These are all melodies. So what you want to do is make sure that these are in their own tracks. This says 16 right here. That means it's in track number 16. You can either do Control L, or you can click this drop down and click Assign to Free Mixer Track, and now it comes named, so you don't have to do any of that stuff. So you can kind of organize it as you're going. Every time I add something to a track, what I do is I turn the volume down. So this is the first thing, one of the first things I added. So yeah, as you can see, these are added in here. These are added in the mixer track right now. And so basically what I do every time is add them into the mixer track. They pop up right here. And then just turn the volume down so it's not very loud, so you have room to mix other things. I do my panning and changing the volume of everything in the actual mixer track. You kind of have a visual of what you're doing right here. You have a visual of, you can see how loud it is and all that. So if we play the rest of it, let's play the whole thing now. Another tip of learning how to mix and master is when you take the limiter off, there's no roof on it now. The limiter makes a roof at 0 dB. So what you want to do is go into your effects in your master track, and then pull up Fruity dB meter, which is right here, which I already have up. This is a free stock thing that comes with every Fruity Loops or FL Studio. So now when you're playing the song, and mine is clipping right now, I need to lower the volume on everything and mix it more. Like I said, I haven't mixed this beat fully yet. You want to make sure it's under 0 dB when you're mixing beats. So this Fruity dB meter is a good way to do that.
Yo, Kyle, this is crazy.
So you can see it's almost there. It's almost there. I just need to go through it. I'm going to go into EQing something as well. So the main thing when you want a clean mix is to have good sounds, is to have good plugins, to have good drum kits, things that just You know what I mean? They sound crisp. And same with your melodies. Like I use Nexus and Omnisphere for most of my melodies, and especially Omnisphere, they just have really clean sounds that you don't really need to mix at all. You just need to make sure the volume levels are good. If you have clean sounds, you don't really need to mix it too much. But a lot of people, that when you look at tutorials on YouTube and all that stuff, the whole way that they're mixing the whole track with their parametric EQs and completely blocking out sounds. But I don't do that stuff because, so a normal person on a mix and master tutorial on here would be like, all right, the main sound is coming from this area right here, the mid to low mid. So I'm gonna cut out all the lows, or I'm gonna cut out all the lows, and I'm gonna cut out all the highs. And that's what they do, and then they kind of get this weird sound, which is cool. This sounds cool, whatever. This is what I used to do too when I first started. But when you do this, you're kind of leaving like way too empty of a gap. I feel like what I do when I mix is I'll kind of use the lows of the melody to support the bass. Here's the lows on the left, here's the mids in the middle, here's the highs in the highs. If you don't know what those are, then look them up. But here's a piano sound. As you can see, it shows where the sound is coming from. A piano classic in kind of like the middle to low mids. When you're using EQ in here, what you can do is leave room. As you can see, I brought this 4 knob, it was over here. I brought the 4 knob down to leave room for like a kick. Maybe I need to bring it down a little bit more so it mixes better. And I brought this upper mid up just because I liked that high part. But I also didn't want it to be too airy, because if you bring this 7 knob up, it's all the highs. So I didn't want it to be too airy, so I brought that down. As you can see, most of my other things, my snares and all that, none of them really have that many effects on it. Learn how to EQ, learn how to use reverb on your beats to kind of make everything be one fluid melody. Like, you want to make your melodies not stand out from each other. They all want to flow together. And you want to make things like your snares and maybe your hi-hats and your kicks and your 808s stand out, because that's the most important part. That's why a lot of people are asking about it and like wondering about mixing, because when they play their 808s, it doesn't bang as much as it should. And another thing I would do on your 808s is learn how to use distortion. This is my own custom distortions preset for this 808. But most of the time, what I do is go into Fruity Distortion, bring this knob all the way down, and use the preset, the heat. And like, I just bring it down a little bit, and it kind of gives it gives it like a fuzzy, cool sound. And I would just mess around with it, because that might not be necessarily what you want, depending on, there's a lot of different styles of 808s, and this distortion is my own preset for it. And I actually did on this 808, just on this 808, I don't do this on every 808, I actually brought up the low a little bit. You can EQ your beats, but I wouldn't EQ too much. There's a lot of tutorials that are saying when you add a hi-hat to EQ all the lows out into EQ, but you want them to blend together. Learn how to use the volumes. Put everything into the mixer and learn how just to use the volume to make your mix sound good. Don't worry about effects. Maybe use a little bit of reverb. Don't worry about effects too much. Get rid of the limiter in your master channel. Take out the Fruity dB. Use the volumes, get good sounds from whatever site you want. You can get them from my site if you want, and just learn how to blend them together with just the volume. And then from there, you can go in and tweak certain things with the EQ and add a delay. And gross beat really isn't for mixing, but maybe you can do a sidechain gross beat or something like that. But yeah, those are my tips for you guys. Those are just certain things that I think are very important for just people starting out. Go follow me on Snapchat too. Snapchat is a place where a lot of people ask me questions and I'm able to answer them. It's such an easy way to answer people, is Snapchat and Twitter. So go follow me on Snapchat, K Garvin. Go follow me on Twitter at Kyle Garvin Beats. It's just a way for me to easily answer you guys. Snapchat's the best. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to, make sure you drop a like. Hopefully this is useful for you guys. If you're not subscribed yet, go subscribe. and I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully tomorrow.
Okay, all of this footwork put in, she got me hurting. I hate that my patience yay thin. Damn it, I know I'm not perfect. Damn it, I know I'm not. I don't say much and I blow a lot. I don't know much about decay, y'all. No, I don't know shit, I just grow a lot. Please do not pitch me no favors. What am I rocking? Uncheckable.